And welcome to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. My name is Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in live and amplified here at Teen Vision TV 16. Johnny Nunez, our director behind the scenes. We got a real big, juicy show tonight. We're talking a lot of high school football, and also, it kind of crept up on us, but the high school soccer season is finally here. We're going to talk to Santiago boys head coach, Coach Sierra, who led the Santiago Sharks to a Southern California championship last year. We also have the head coach for the Roosevelt girls team, who they're off to an undefeated start. In fact, they haven't given up a goal all season long. So soccer coming up. We also have Vista Murrieta head coach, Coach Peterson, talking more football. But right now, leading off the show, coming off a huge win against Riverside Poly in their season opener. Talking some football now with the Citrus Hill Hawks. Head coach Jason McMains and a pretty good player, AJ Porter, also join us here live on the show. And Coach McMains, first off, thanks for always making time for us here on the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to get you on because, wow, what a big win against Riverside Poly. On a Saturday morning at 10 a.m., what was the schedule like in terms of what time did you guys, get to the football stadium? Do you get together early for breakfast? I mean, what does that look like playing a Saturday 10 a.m. kickoff?
Well, I felt bad for Poly because at least we were at home, we didn't have to get on a bus so early. And so we'll visit that in a couple weeks. But no, we just, we had to check in probably about, I think, 7:30, 8-ish. And then we got onto the field and started kind of just dressing and taping out there. No locker rooms are available. It's very, unique setup. No team meal. I mean, I always love having pregame meetings and meals and all that stuff before and kind of have a game day routine. But a lot of that's been cut out due to the COVID situation. So it was just really almost like a, junior All-American setup, tackle game, and just, get there, check in, take your temps, and get dressed, and let's start warming up,
Well, Coach McMains, I mean, it was a big win, 39-9 against Riverside Poly, but I think, win or lose, just to have the guys out there, especially for your seniors, on the field playing a real high school football game, that was a victory in itself.
Right, and that's the main thing. Like I've told the players all along, this time's all about them, and giving them an opportunity to have a season and for them to make the most of it that they can, but just to enjoy the time that we're allowed to be back out there with our team, with the players, with the coaches, it definitely a big win. And boy, did it just happen all of a sudden, because, we weren't really looking too good as far as playing a season. And we're kind of making plans going to, the fall of 21 and what we can do to get an off season, program started up and prepared. And then, it kind of seemed like over, 24, 48 hours, back in, late February, it all changed, and here we are in March playing football. So we're excited for the players. That's all that matters.
Yeah, things changed drastically really quick. I mean, 4 weeks ago, it was like, okay, well, like you said, look ahead to the fall season, and here we are. It's a condensed, abbreviated season, but still, nonetheless, it's a high school football season.
It is, and it's a very unique one, but it obviously, for myself in the short time, I've been at Citrus. For me, I just, like I told AJ after the game, I cherish these, next, 5 weeks, now 4 weeks, just being around him and the seniors. We haven't had very much time because of everything that's gone on, and so I'm just as a coach going to enjoy being out there every day in practice, watching these seniors play the last 4 games of their high school career, and definitely look forward to see what they have in the future. But then at the same time, we want to use this as almost like a good spring practice for our younger guys and film and, kind of use it as a nice teaching tool going into the fall of 21 now that we have this opportunity to play.
Well, Coach McMains, you mentioned AJ. Let's go to him next. AJ Porter had a fantastic game on both sides of the football this past Saturday against Riverside Poly. And AJ, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had 2 touchdowns on the ground. You caught a touchdown. You had a pick 6 on defense. Was that the best game you've ever played? I mean, it was like a complete game on both sides of the football.
Yes, I think it would have to be the most unique game I've ever played. Scoring three different ways like that. It was just crazy. But I really had fun out there, and I would say it was one of my best games.
So, AJ, as a senior, though, just the fact that you guys are playing games, I know Coach just talked about it, but how special is it? And are you just kind of soaking up every moment, being a senior, being a chance to put on those Citrus Hill colors a couple more times and play some real meaningful football games?
Yeah, it's a very special time. We're all very grateful for the season to have come back. It was very unexpected, but I don't know anyone that wouldn't want a season like this, So we're all very grateful just to be playing for Citrus Hill, especially the seniors.
And, AJ, that was a huge win, 39-9 against Riverside Poly. I know you got Vista Del Lago next, and I'm going to ask Coach McMains in just a second about this, but Vista Del Lago is a pretty good team. AJ, what's kind of the goals you guys have for the season? Is it just win out, go a perfect 5-0? I don't know if there's going to be a Mountain Pass League champion, champion this year. Maybe there will be a championship game against San Jacinto in that final game, but first things first, you got to beat the teams in front of you. But what's the goals this year for this team in this short season?
Our goals are just to get better every game. You take it one game at a time. We're not looking past any opponent, and we're trying to win out all our games. That's the goal, to get better as football players and also people too.
Well, AJ, that was a phenomenal game. I think that's how they described it in the press enterprise. It was a fantastic game against the Riverside Poly Bears. And let me finish up by going back to Coach McMains. And, Coach, big win against Poly. Now you have Vista Del Lago, and the Ravens really turned a corner last year. I mean, this is a good Vista Del Lago team. What do you think? What are the keys? What are some things that you guys did well on Saturday against Poly that you hope to continue and maybe even improve on as you go into this game against the Ravens?
I mean, I give credit to Vista Del Lago and what they've been doing. I mean, they're a great team, and they got some very good athletes on that squad. And rightfully, I mean, they had a great year last year, and they started off really well, week one against Canyon Springs. So it's a very big challenge for us. It's going to be a good game. We're excited for the challenge and everything. So, for us week to week, I mean, we going into the Poly game, what was our strength? Obviously our defense, and it's led by the phenomenal AJ Porter as the press enterprise put it. I mean, he's amazing. And our defense is really the key to our team, right now. Offensively, at times we looked good, and at times it was real sloppy. And that, I think that just has a lot to do with the lack of practice time on that side of the ball that we've had. We started some off-season conditioning practices back in October and November, and then our district decided to put a pause on everything, and we didn't really get anything going up until the end of February, early March. So we only had about a good 2.5 weeks with a football. We didn't even get to practice with a football back in October, November. So, just the timing of everything, and even just a simple, center quarterback, exchange, that's all got to come and get better. And the good thing is, I as a coach and our staff and as our players, get out there every day, you can see the improvement at practice every day, and things are getting, faster, and we're picking some things up. So, like AJ said, we just want to come out every day and get better. Every week we want to get better. And, we know we have a great challenge ahead of us in Vista Del Lago. It's a good team. And so, we'll wake up bright and early again Saturday morning and be ready to play at 10 a.m., Well,
always room to improve, but what a great starting point with that huge win against Riverside Poly. What's that, Coach?
Pep, I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Oh, here we go. Can you hear me now, Coach? I said that was a great win against Riverside Poly, a great starting point. Best of luck against Vista Del Lago this weekend. Thank you, Coach McMains, and thank you, AJ. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Pep. Thank you for everything you do for high school sports, man. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Best of luck this weekend against Vista Del Lago. That is Coach McMains and AJ Porter here joining us on the show. And let's take a look at some of those big week 2 games coming up. Coach McMains and AJ, I see you guys still. You can bounce. You can go do homework, or game plan for the Ravens, whatever you got to do. But let's take a look at some of those big Week 2 games coming up. I call it Week 2. I'm not sure if it's got an official name, but Week 2 games coming up. We got the Rumble on Rimpaw, Centennial taking on Santiago. We got that one. We got Norte Vista against Ramona. Vista Murrieta, they're going to be taking on JW North. We're going to talk to the Broncos head coach in just a moment, Eric Peterson. We got Summit versus Kaiser. That's always a big game up there in San Bernardino County. The Rancho Verde will be taking on Heritage. And of course, this is always a rivalry game. Throw out the records. Redlands and Redlands East Valley. They will be coming up this weekend as well. That'll be a Saturday night kickoff. So those are some of the big games we're keeping an eye on here in Week 2. And let's round out the segment like this. Our Ken's Sporting Goods must-see game this week. How about 3-time defending Citrus Belt League champion Cajon going on the road to take on Beaumont, the newcomer in the CBL. Cajon came off a win against Yucaipa, and Beaumont rolled past Redlands in their CBL maiden voyage. The two teams will hook up on Saturday night, Cajon and Beaumont. That's our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game this Saturday, 5 o'clock kickoff out there at Beaumont High School. All right, let's take a quick commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. When we come back, Vista Murrieta head coach Eric Peterson will join us live. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the Bass School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. Bass is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. Bass School enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information.
What's going on, guys? This is Ray Bass from Boost Performance Training. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez.
The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken Sporting Goods. Now, one quick shout out here for a local team, California Baptist University women's basketball. 26-0 now on the season. They have made it to the Elite 8 of the WNIT. They will take on Rice University tonight. If they win tonight, they go straight to Memphis and the WNIT Final Four. That's pretty impressive.
Local team. Good job, girls.
Only thing Rice is good for is fixing iPhones.
That's true, and it works. Like I don't know if you have tried it. Like I thought it was like an urban myth. It works. No. If you drop your iPhone in water and put it in a bowl of white rice, it actually soaks up the water. It works.
It works.
Works with that. Terrible at women's basketball.
I'm going to remember that one. You know, and I'm not trying to pick on our guy Kawhi Leonard, the pride of King High School for the Clippers, but you know they've had this thing for theme parks right in the state of California where they're going to reopen, but you can't scream, you can't like yell on the rides. But what's funny is they always use this meme of Kawhi Leonard because he'll be going up for a dunk and he'll have zero emotion on his face, nothing.
Yeah. Not an emotional dude right there. That guy could pass a polygraph no matter what, so you keep your eye on him.
A celebration of him like the birth of his child. He's just, yeah.
Great.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. Still talking more high school football here on a Wednesday night. Maybe the most dramatic win in our first week of high school football here in the season in the Inland Empire came between Vista Murrieta and Chaparral as the Broncos scored a couple touchdowns in the final minutes, including the winning touchdown, final seconds, fourth down, the whole thing you dream up of in the backyard. Joining us live from Vista Murrieta High School right now, Broncos practice, head coach of the Broncos, Eric Peterson. And, Coach, you've been around a lot of football. How dramatic, how fun was that game to get that win against the Pumas?
Well, it's fun, obviously, but those are fun to win. They're not fun to lose, so you want to just have a great experience and try to put yourself in position to have a chance and then let it be what it's going to be. That's the first game out of the box, all you can expect is to play hard, and overcome any mistakes or things that happen in the craziness of week one, especially coming out of COVID like this. So,
yeah, we know the Southwestern League is a battle every single week. And Chaparral obviously is a very good team. Were you happy how your kids responded, being down in the fourth quarter, but still finding a way to come back and get that win?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we always felt like it was going to be about who wanted to win the game. It was like, hey, no, you win. No, you win, both sides of the ball. It's like, what are we doing? Just keep playing hard and things will be okay. I think it was just, it really was a battle of attrition of who could handle the 48 minutes, coming out of, the break here and just kind of ramping up the play again. I don't think anybody ever realized how hard it is or remembered how hard it was to play for 48 minutes at the level we need to play at. And so you just try to do the best you can and keep fighting every minute. So, yeah, I was proud of the kids. They found a way. Our motto has always been somehow, some way, figure it out, and like we said, hey, as long as we kill them by one, we're good. It doesn't matter what the final score is, as long as we're up by one. So,
well, Coach Peterson, we can see you're at practice. So coming off that first game, and we know, again, because of the pandemic, there wasn't a lot of time to ramp up and get ready for the season. But coming off that first game, were you like, wow, we're farther along than I thought? Or coming off that first game, are you thinking, wow, we've got a lot of improvement before we meet JW North this week?
Yeah, I think it was the latter. The latter is the one that we're more stressed out about is how much better can we get from, the reality is, Pep, it's like a padded spring ball. You get a chance to evaluate kids and you get to reset the culture of what you do. I think that's the hardest thing to figure out is how do you reset the culture after, 19 months, or whatever it is since we last played. And that's the hardest thing is getting kids to buy into, selfish play. How can we care about others? Big team, little me. That's the hardest part of it. And the kids did a nice job of working through that. So.
One more question before we let you go, because we know you got to get back to work and get that practice going for the Broncos. But do you try to simplify things, knowing that, again, you didn't have a lot of time to ramp up for the season. And if you need to blow that whistle, go ahead and do it. But go ahead. We want to hear it here on the show. But do you try to simplify things, or do you try to? Is it business as usual?
No, I think that you definitely have to simplify things. You have to. The game is different, than it normally would be. How can you play fast? The team that plays the fastest and plays the hardest executes the simple things, the techniques and fundamentals make the scheme and make you go. So the teams that can do those things the best are going to have a chance to be really good. And as fast as you can. So less is more, definitely right now. More just confuses the kids and slows them down because there's too many things going on. So.
Well, Coach, I know you were scheduled to play Temecula Valley in league play. That got switched to JW North because of COVID safety protocol. So best of luck. And that game's Friday, right, at North High School?
That is Friday at North. And go Broncos, right?
All right. Coach Peterson, always appreciate the time. We'll let you get back to work. Always appreciate it. Yes, sir. That's Eric Peterson, head coach of the Broncos, join us here on the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified from Vista Murrieta High School. And again, the Broncos scoring a touchdown on fourth down in the final seconds in the fourth quarter to beat one of their rivals, Chaparral. Dramatic win last week. And now they got JW North on Friday night in Riverside in week number 2. Let's take a look at, if you want to watch a game or listen to a game here in the Inland Empire, let's take a look at our Boost broadcast schedule coming up for this week. We got some games all over the place. Teen Vision, you can check out Orange Vista in action against Valley View. Riverside TV, we've got Ramona and Norte Vista. IEMG is going to check in with Rim of the World taking on San Gorgonio. And on the radio, 1490 AM, KMET, you can hear Cajon on the road at Beaumont. So a lot of different options if you want to watch or listen to high school football here in the Inland Empire this coming weekend. And again, because of the spaced out schedule, it's a long weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning, Saturday night high school football here in the Inland Empire. And this segment's been brought to you by Boost Performance Training. You can enroll right now in the Bass Private School for this upcoming fall. That'd be the 2021-2022 school season. Check out boosttrainingsystems.com for more information. We got another commercial break. When we come back, we're going from football to football. We're going to talk with Santiago head coach. Join us live, Henry Sierra of the boys Sharks soccer team. He'll join us next.
This is Alexander Madison. You're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Calling all athletes. Make sure you're at your very best by training at Boost Performance Training in Corona. Whether you're a football player, soccer player, baseball player, lacrosse, athletes from all sports and all levels train at Boost Performance Training. Led by former Centennial High School football star Ray Bass, you'll develop explosive power, become faster, and add that lean muscle. Don't be left behind and get a leg up on the competition at Boost Performance Training. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for information on their training programs and also on the Bass School. That's the Bass Alternative School for student athletes. Trying to earn a scholarship? Maybe make the varsity team. Get a spot in the starting lineup? Well, let Boost Performance Training help achieve your athletic goals.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taking care of whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, you know. Have customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody, live and amplified every Wednesday night from Teen Vision TV 16. You know, we've been blowing it out high school football. We are now in the middle of the season, going into week number 2. Very exciting. But, you know, soccer season is here, too. This is going to be such a crazy spring. So many sports going on. And, yes, soccer season would normally be winding down. It would actually be over by now. But instead, we're just getting started here as it's a spring sport right now. Joining us live on the show, coming off a big win in their opener yesterday, the head coach at Santiago, head coach Henry Sierra. And Coach Sierra, first off, I think that is Garces High School in Bakersfield, and that backdrop behind you, your background, where you guys won the Southern California D3 title last year. Is that correct?
Correct. That's exactly correct, man. That's been my background since we started Zoom calls for teaching and haven't taken it down, man. They have a beautiful stadium out there. It was awesome ride, but yep, that's exactly what that is, man.
Yeah. Tobias Field, I've actually been there before. But Coach, is that your championship ring? I saw a big ring that you fly. Oh, look at that.
Man. Yeah, that's the ring right there.
How do you balance that between, obviously, still being proud and remembering what you guys were able to accomplish last year, and still turning your attention to this year and telling your guys, hey, last year's in the past, can we do it again? Let's find out.
No. Yeah, it's definitely tough. I see it in all sports. A lot in soccer where you see even professional teams win a championship and then they come back the following season. The first couple games are a little sluggish, trying to get out of that championship mindset. But like you said, our first game yesterday was impressive, and the guys are hungry. I think that the balance lies with, you accomplished so much last year, and that's awesome. But now what can we do to start building from that? What are the different things that we can work on to continue to get better as a team and continue to develop the program? And for the most part, we're just, the kids are excited. We had a lot of guys that we pulled up last year from JV to join our championship team. And now this year they're they got to experience and got to kind of get a little taste of it. And this year they're just so amped and so excited. And that's going to be one of the battles this year. It's just that balance, right? And a lot of it is just to continue to do the little things, continue to do, continue to trust the process and what we got going on, and just building from last year and continuing to move forward. And last year's team basically started a new legacy and a new kind of start to our boys soccer, and we're excited. The kids are amped. They're excited. They're ready to go. And again, yesterday's game was a good representation of how motivated they are.
So, Coach, speaking of yesterday's game, you played a very good La Habra team. You beat them by a score of 8-1, which 8 goals in soccer, if you're just a casual fan, that's like an offensive explosion. But did you, again, going back to last year, hey, we won a Southern California championship. We were really good. I think you even made it to the semifinals and the CIF Southern Section playoffs. But did you have any questions like going into this year, like you just mentioned, going in this opener, how good are we? Can we do what we did last year? Or are we going to take a step back? And then you score 8 goals. You must feel pretty good right now.
Yeah, man. We're going into, we're away at La Habra. Having to go out about an hour out of here. A lot of those things cross your mind. You're playing against a top-notch opponent, and I think the difference that I've seen is just that the guys came out with such good confidence. It's almost like winning that championship last year gave them that confidence boost of like, hey, you know what? Like, we know that we can hang with the best. And that showed big time yesterday, man. The way they moved the soccer ball around and the way they defended and they communicated and just how hard they worked. It's the big word out of yesterday was just confidence, man. They just went out there, and it didn't matter what the circumstance was. We went in there and they just had confidence out there, and that showed, man. We were pretty efficient, and we just got to keep that up. I told them that we had practice today, and now I'm always picking on the little things that we could have worked on, even though the score was a good score. We're still got to clean things up to continue to get better. And we have one more preseason game against Chaparral, and then we go right into league next week. So
that must have been an interesting practice. You're like, Coach, we won 8-1. Like, what more do you want? How do we get better? But you're right. You have Chaparral, and then Coach, it's right into Big 8 league play, right? Like this season's like right on top of us now.
Right into it, man. We start on Thursday against Norco away, and then it's just Tuesday, Thursday, all the way till the end, man. We'll be done by May 4th or something like that, and then we'll go into Southern Section playoffs as long as we get the go from CIF, and we have a successful season. But it's we're here, man. Usually we're playing. By now we would have had maybe 10 games maybe by now with a couple tournaments and just the fact that I think our tryouts were March 5th, I think it was. And March 23rd is here, and boom, we're already playing a game. It's just, impressive. We would have asked me about maybe February timeframe if we would have been in this boat. I would have told you maybe our season would have got delayed. But it's so awesome to see the kids, man, just see the smiles on their faces, go out there and just have fun and play the game they love. It's awesome, man.
Here we are. Soccer season is here. You guys had a big win. But, Coach, I probably buried the most important thing going on right now. If I could just pull the curtain back just a little bit, your wife is due any day now. So the soccer season starts. You're expecting a baby any day right now. Well, how's it going in the Sierra household right now?
It's going good, man. We're waiting. We're a little nervous. This is our first, so we don't know what to expect. But we're excited. My wife's been a trooper, and she's so amazing. Being a coach's wife is a tough task, and just her level of support and just the way she's been going through our season and our tryouts and all that, and I'll be definitely off a couple weeks. My assistant coaches will take over once the baby's born. But we're excited. The team's in a good place, and we're just kind of anxiously waiting. Just when is it going to be? We're getting close.
Excited. On the way, the team's still playing well. Coach, I always appreciate the time. Best of luck the rest of the way, and congratulations to you and your wife.
Thanks, man. Thank you for having me on the show, man. I truly appreciate what you guys do for the Inland Empire, man. Just shouting out to some of the high school teams, and we truly appreciate it, man. So nice talking to you guys, and we'll see you on the soccer field.
Yes, sir. That is Coach Sierra from Santiago. The boys soccer team, big win, 8-1 against La Habra to get things going yesterday. Thanks again, Coach. We always appreciate the time. And that segment was brought to you by our friends at Kin Sporting Goods. Check them out online. That's kinsportinggoods.com. They're also very active on Instagram. I know you're hanging out on Instagram. Check out all the cool Letterman's jackets, sports gear, masks, beanies, hats, jerseys. They do it all. That's Kin Sporting Goods. We'll take another quick break. More soccer on the way here on the Inland Sports Show.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. The #1 sporting goods store in the Inland Empire is Ken's Sporting Goods in Norco. Whether you need new uniforms for the entire team, a Letterman's jacket, or new cleats for the upcoming season, check out Ken's Sporting Goods. Plus, now you can order masks with your favorite team, school, business, and more. Order for your entire team or organization. Visit kensportinggoods.com for more information and for the latest on the big sales. Make sure to follow Ken's Sporting Goods on Instagram and Twitter. So if you need team uniforms or sports gear, there's only one place to go in the Inland Empire. That's Ken's Sporting Goods. Hey guys, it's Pep Fernandez from the #1 sports show in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. I wanted to let you know about the BASS School. That stands for the Boost Alternative School for Student Athletes. All of us are trying to find a way to get ahead in the classroom and in athletics. If you're a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wanting to give your son the best opportunity to succeed. BASS is an all-boys private middle school servicing 7th and 8th grade student athletes. They've got unique, customized curriculum for student athletes, individualized nutrition and athletic development, plus rigorous academic development with small class sizes. This is not an online homeschool. This is a private school for students who are serious about their grades and serious about their sports. BASS school enrollment for the 2021-2022 school year begins in January, so don't wait. Lock up your spot today. Visit boosttrainingsystems.com for more information.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. Nobody loves soccer more than this show right here. We got a lot of soccer going on. The season is upon us. And maybe the hottest team right out of the gate is the Roosevelt girls soccer team. Head coach Andrew Tillehkooh joining us live on the show. Coach, it's just shutout after a shutout after a shutout. You must be extremely proud. 5 matches into the season, you guys have not even given up a goal. What's the secret ingredient? What's been the key to this great start for Roosevelt girls soccer right now?
Well, I think it's a lot of little things. I think the biggest is our attitude. We have a great group of girls, and they've come in with positive attitude, team first mentality. They're dedicated. If you told me, field space is it's crazy for all schools, and so I found a time for us that we can get the stadium all to ourselves, and it's 5:45 in the morning, and these girls are showing up every time we have practice, and that's crazy, right? For high school kids choosing to get up in the morning, so they're dedicated in that front. We've actually been practicing since November. We've been doing those cohorts of 15 girls, individual skill work. We did it once a week, all the way up until season started. And another thing, the coaching staff, we kind of shifted our mindset. In the past, we talked a lot about winning and losing, and that was kind of how we defined success. And this year we've kind of turned that on its head. And we've asked the girls, if you do these 2 things every day, every game, you'll be successful, we'll be successful. And they are, do your job on the field in the context of the team. If you're a defender, defend, midfield, forwards, you have specific things. Do your job. And then when that final whistle blows, know that you did everything that you could and you didn't leave anything on the field. And I feel all those things plus more have kind of let us be successful so far.
Well, Coach, I would probably describe myself as a night owl as opposed to an early bird. So what was it like telling your team, hey, the good news is we're going to have the stadium to ourselves. The bad news is I need you there at 5:45 in the morning. What was the response? I guess it's good because you guys are undefeated right now.
Yeah, there were some groans, but then when I told them the alternative is we'll be on the bumpy grass with holes and stuff, they're like, all right, that's fine. We'll be there,
Well, Coach, I want to highlight some non-league games you've had early on in the season. You're coming off winning against Murrieta Valley 1-0 yesterday, but you also played Upland, who reached the Division I finals a year ago. So when I say you guys are undefeated to start the season, you've been playing some really good competition, some really good teams out there. Does that kind of start building a little bit of confidence, as we get a little bit deeper into the season amongst the team?
Yeah, all the teams we played, they've been really solid. I know some have started playing later than others, and so I'm sure we play them later down the season, it would, the result might be different. But we're taking this mentality of one game at a time. We're not trying to look too far ahead, but definitely we're taking confidence from this. But when we get a new opponent, we're focused on them. We're not thinking about our past anymore, and we're not looking to the future. It's just what's at hand.
Now, Coach, in a normal year, the high school soccer season would have just wrapped up. Instead, we're just starting the high school soccer season with this new CIF calendar. So assuming you guys made a playoff run, you could be playing deep into May. And I don't have the calendar in front of me, but I think maybe even it'll spill into June. I mean, you're just getting started. This could be a really long soccer season, assuming we have playoffs. And it looks like you guys are poised to, again, have a long soccer season. Is that exciting, the prospects of how far you guys could go this year?
I'm sure my wife wouldn't be excited about that, but it is definitely exciting. But again, I'm trying not to look too far into the future. I feel like if the girls do those two things that we ask, we'll be where we deserve to be at the end of the season. So again, we're trying not to think about the future,
Well, Coach, just don't make vacation summer plans, like the first week of June, or, you know what I mean? Like as soon as school gets out, don't make the plans. Push them back a little bit farther, just in case if you guys make a playoff run.
She was just talking about spring break, and I was like, we have 2 games during spring break. So she was a little bummed about that.
Oh, yes. Our whole worlds have been turned upside down. And maybe hopefully next year it will go back to normal and we'll still be in our seasons where, soccer would start in November and end in, March or whatever with the playoffs. Coach, before I let you go, let's do a quick little bit of name dropping. Who are some of the players? I know you can't name them all, but maybe some seniors that have really stood out so far early on. Because, again, big wins, no goals allowed. A goalie, maybe your center back you were mentioning off the air. But who are some of the players that, have really had a strong start so far this year?
I wish I want to say everyone, but I know we don't have time for that. But Hannah in goal, she's been huge for us. She's a senior, just great all around, great with her feet, great leader. The girls voted her as captain. Ainsley Lloyd and Kelsey Patterson are our center back pairing that they've really gelled together, and they're juniors and sophomores. So we're excited for the future with them as well. And then we have Sammy and Natalia, and in the midfield that they've been just workhorses and have great skill, and everyone else has done great too. And it's a team sport, and we can't win it with just a few girls. So everyone has a huge role that they play.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate the time. I'm going to let you go because I know in less than 12 hours you're going to be out there. Unless do you have a game tomorrow?
No, we have a game Friday, so we're training 5:45 tomorrow morning.
I'm sure that alarm clock's going to be going off very, very soon, Coach. I really appreciate it. Congrats on the great start, and best of luck going forward. And hopefully I'll be able to see you on a sideline sometime soon.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Andrew Tillehkooh, the head coach for the Roosevelt girls soccer team. Again, undefeated start. No goals allowed so far, so fantastic job by Coach Tillehkooh and the gals out there at Roosevelt High School. Now, one more thing before we wrap things up. The winning streak finally came to a close for the California Baptist University women's basketball team. They won 26 straight games this year, 29 overall. They finally lost in the Elite Eight of the women's NIT, losing to Rice University on Monday night. But what a ride by the Lancers, your regular season WAC champions, your WAC conference tournament champions. So if this was a normal year when they were a full-fledged Division I program. They'd be playing in March Madness, the NCAA tournament, the big dance right now. But because they're still in this transition process, they were not eligible for the big dance, but they did go to the WNIT, went all the way to the Elite Eight. And again, 26 wins, just the one loss. What a year by the Lancers. So congrats to CBU women's basketball. Big shout out to our guy Johnny Nunez behind the scenes here at Team Vision TV 16, making things happen. You guys have no idea what he's doing behind the scenes right now to get this show live. We always appreciate it. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you. Stay safe, and we'll see you again next Wednesday night, 6:05, first pitch with the Inland Sports Show.